learn all about the indicators and the tools which makes the Sniper Pro system unique. Now, jumping right into it, let's take a look at the different features of Sniper Pro. The first thing that we want to take a look at is we want to take a look at the reversal bands for Sniper Pro. These are proprietary Bollinger reversal bands that we've created, designed to anticipate future market movements. So when you're looking at the bands, the red band and the blue band, these are historically plotted. But as you take a look at these little lines over here, those lines will move around as the market is moving in real time. They will either contract or they will expand, okay, depending on the volatility and the movement in the market. So they will help you better understand the future movement of price. Now, when we take a look at these reversal bands, you have the inner red and blue line, which represents the first level of dynamic support and resistance. So when you see these first levels right over here, these are the very first levels of dynamic support and resistance where you can expect some type of price reaction and reversal. And then the thicker red and blue zones, they highlight key reversal areas where market shifts are more likely to occur. So the deeper that they go into the band, the stronger the possibility of the reversal and snapback. And it's very important to understand that the sniper scores, which are these red and these blue cards over here, they will only trigger when price is inside of these Bollinger reversal bands. Now, the next key element of the Sniper Pro are the key levels. So you're going to have psychological key levels built into Sniper Pro. Alrighty, so they will be divided and they will also be highlighted. If price is above the if price is above the key level, the zone will be blue. So it visually looks like a support. And if price is below the zone will be red. So it looks dynamically like a resistance. So you will see, while not perfect, these psychological key levels, they do serve as great areas of support and resistance in the market where you can anticipate some price reaction. Now, the key levels will dynamically adjust if you are on time frames below the 1 hour. They will start to break down in quarters and halves of quarters. And if you are in the 1 hour time frame up and above, it will dynamically give you whole levels, right? So they are a little bit more spaced out. So you can trade appropriately depending on the time frame that you're on. Now, next, we also have the pivot points built in. Alrighty, so we have pivot points, which is based on the previous day's high, low, close, and it will give you a deviation to predict reversal levels. So if you see it R1, R2, R3, R4, or R5, this represents a daily resistance, while R1, 2, 3, while S 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 represents the daily support. Now, most of the time, the market stays within the support and resistance range, and sometimes when you have big volatile moves, it will blow past support or resistance number 5. But the key thing to do here is to use the pivot points with the key levels. So in this example on the chart, you want to see one of your key resistance or your key support levels be in alignment with the key zones. So if your pivot and your key zone is in alignment, this will help you to strengthen that key zone. Now, moving forward, we also have the trend screener. So the trend screener is a built-in tool which is going to just help you to instantly interpret the market behavior and understand the type of trend that the market is in based on several different factors. So you will be able to understand 3 concepts. One, is the trend direction. All right, if price is above or below our long-term EMA, this will let you know if price is bullish or bearish. Then secondly, you have the trend state. This will help you understand if the market is bullish and trending, bullish and consolidating, or bullish and pulling back. So in this visual example, you can see that the market is bullish. It is above the long-term EMA. However, it is pulling back. And then from there, you have the trend strength. And this will determine the velocity of the trend, whether it's a very weak trend, a neutral trend, or a very strong trend. So in this example here, you can see that it's a bullish market above the long-term trend, but it clearly is pulling back. However, the trend is not very strong because it's not at peak highs, and it's not very weak because it's not close to the long-term EMA. So it's more in a neutral state, meaning that the market can continue trending up or it can continue pulling back down. Now, although you will not use the trend screener as an official confirmation for Sniper Pro, the trend screener and the combinations can help you identify what you want to do. As an example, if you want a trend setup, you can look for a neutral and trending or pulling back market. So here's a perfect example. This is a neutral bullish market that is pulling back. So it's very likely that you can continue to see the market continue to trend from here if you get a buy opportunity. You also have reversal setups. Reversals will be if the market is weak or very weak and pulling back, meaning that if this market is dropping all the way down very, very low to the long term, the trend is very, very weak and it's pulling back, you may have a reversal on your hand. Okay? And the opposite of reversal is an exhaustion setup, right? Which is instead of it pulling all the way back and reversing, an exhaustion setup is when you are at the peak high of a trend. Imagine if you are at the peak high of a trending market and you're wondering, hey, is the market going to stop and reverse? Is this trend exhausted? So if you see a very strong market that is trending, that is bullish, the likelihood of that trend exhausting and turning around is pretty high and great, right? So this serves as a bonus that you can use, and the more that you use the trend screener, the better you will get. Next, we have the sniper later. So the sniper later is a wordplay using our sniper strategy and oscillator. So this is the sniper later. And this is an all-in-one high-performance momentum and reversal detection tool. And it's going to give you a few key elements, and this is completely built from the ground up. So first and foremost, you have reversal zones and retest zones. You will see the labels here which say bearish retest and bullish retest. So if the market is above the 50 line and has pulled back to this retest zone, that is showing you that the market is pulling back and likely retesting to go long. So the bullish and bearish retests will serve as the main areas where you are looking for the turning points on the sniper later. So if you want to trade from key highs and key lows, do your best to trade from these retest levels. Now there will also be extreme bear zones and extreme bull zones. So if you see the sniper later line come all the way down to this blue zone or come all the way up to that red zone, there is a very, very, very high probability that you will see an instantaneous reaction of the market changing direction because of how the code is set up. So they're very strong zones to pay attention to. And we also have a built-in Bollinger Band. So you want to make sure that you line up your Bollinger Bands with your bullish or your bearish retest zones. The next thing that you have are something called the crossover signals. So there are some crossovers that are built into the back end. So whenever you see these blue balls, right, this represents a bullish crossover. And when you see the red balls, they serve as a bearish crossover. So when you're trading with the sniper later and you're looking at a scorecard or you're looking at a rejection from a key zone and you see a blue or red ball, those will assist you with entries, letting you know that there may be some momentum shifts happening in the market. And then we also have our real-time divergence detector. So you will notice that this bullish and this bearish divergence detector will repaint a lot because it's not designed to show you previous divergence. It's designed to show you real-time divergence. And a simple way of understanding divergence is knowing when price and the oscillator is making opposite highs and opposite lows, right? So there's something funky going on in the market. So whenever you see real-time divergence in a key zone, in a Bollinger Band, with a scorecard and a crossover signal, okay, this is going to give you some really strong confirmations that this market may be turning over. And last but not least, we also have our trend direction bar, which is there is this center bar in the middle of the sniper later, which will show you blue bars and red bars. So this is a composite of 5 different indicators with 5 different settings. So the trend direction is not as responsive. It's a little bit slower. It's like a 1 to 2 bar delay because it's designed to be a stronger signal. So whenever you are in the market, if you're able to get a scorecard and a red bar, right, or a bullish scorecard and a blue bar line up at the same time, this is going to give you really good indication. And if you're in a bearish market and you're looking for a price decline, as long as this trend direction bar is red, you are on the safe side. Because when it switches to blue and red, it's a really powerful signal. And it often stays blue and it often stays red for long periods of time. Alrighty, so make sure you're paying attention to that trend direction bar. Now, the actual sniper scorecards is a very powerful feature, all right, designed to help you identify reversal entry candles. So it's not perfect, but it is designed to help you and is based on a couple of different things. First thing is you have the bar color. Okay, you will have blue and red bars based on volatility and also our custom EMA crossovers. Alrighty, so you want to see red bars and a red cloud in bearish market and blue bars and a blue cloud in these bullish markets. Then we have our sniper arrows, and our sniper arrows is another underlining sniper tool that will help you understand the current direction of the trend. So you want to make sure, you see here how you have red bars and blue arrows. That's not what you're looking for. You want to look for blue bars and blue arrows. That's where the magic is going to happen. Then we have our super sniper arrows. These are, custom super trend based indications with volume built in. So you have volume data, and the higher the volume at the super sniper arrow, the more likely that you may see direction, the more likely you may see price move into that direction. So you want to look at those super sniper arrows and make sure that they are lining up with your sniper arrows and your bar color. And last but not least, in addition to all of this and some other, back-end scores, you will then get your trend score. And you will have a trend score ranging from +1, +2, and +3. The +1 is going to be the most common. +2 is a pretty good score. And if you see +3, that is over 8 different indicators at the same time, letting you know that this market is going to go in the direction that you're anticipating. So pay attention to those scorecards, and we're going to continuously increase the reliability and the confirmation for those scorecards. Alrighty? Now here is an ideal long and short setup using the Sniper Pro. On the left-hand side, we have an ideal long. We can see here that we have a key zone, followed by price action, followed by our pivot level, right? While strengthening our support zone, followed by price inside of our blue price prediction Bollinger Bands. Okay, followed by a scorecard with a blue candle breakout, and we also have price retesting with a crossover signal right here, right? So this is an ideal long. And then on this side, we have an ideal short. The only difference with this ideal short and this ideal long is that this one has the added benefit of real-time divergence, okay? So you can see we are in a key level with a pivot level with price action along with price inside of our price prediction Bollinger Bands, red candle, super sniper arrow, beautiful scorecard, and the market drops like a rock. So this is what we're looking for in these ideal Sniper Pros. So I want to thank you guys so much. This wraps up your full breakdown of the Sniper Pro toolkit, and just remember that every component you've seen in this video is built to work together, helping you guys to identify high probable reversal setups, confirm entries, and navigate the market with clarity and confidence. So now that you guys understand how to read and interpret the system, you guys are ready to start applying